Have you ever noticed how often we judge other people, how often we size people up and we look down on them? Well, we don't mean to do it. Probably not. We may not even be consciously aware that we're doing it, but we do it. We think, man, I could do it better than that. And a lot of times we'll try to get ourselves off the hook and explain it away. Oh, I'm not being judgy. I'm just looking to help. Right? I'm looking to improve. But I think we look at so many people and we say, I look better. I'm handling situations in life better. And all this week we've been talking about, like, how do we live as exiles, like in society? Like, how do we treat government? We kind of started the week looking at that, and now we're kind of getting down to expanding it out a little bit, and like what are some basic things and ideas that we need to embrace? Because if you really think about it, all the constant looking down on others, comparing ourselves to others, have you ever noticed how miserable that makes you feel? It doesn't really make us feel any better. In fact, it makes us feel 100 times worse, because it's exhausting trying to be better. Because that's what happens. Wouldn't it be so much better to look back and see all the people in our lives, and instead of seeing them as competition, what if we could see that God loves us already, given us His life, given us Jesus. We are forgiven. We are free. I don't want for anything because I'm a child of God. I am the one who matters more than anything in the universe, loves me, cares about me, and you as well. And so what am I trying to prove? Look at Philippians 2. In verse 3, Paul says this. He says, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit. Whoa, okay. But he says, in humility, count others more significant than yourselves. Because you know that there are some people, particularly like professional athletes, professional musicians, other artists, other people, maybe someone even in your field. It might be someone at school that's older than you. And for some reason, you just like them, and you think the world of them. And unfortunately, there's this passage is saying, like, your life should be filled. That's how you should see everybody. Because that person who you admire, you see the things that they do, and you're like, wow, look at how they can play. Look at the level. Look at the skill. Right? I look at some hockey players, some guys who play hockey, and I'm like, man, that is just incredible. Look at that goaltender. Look at how he can play. Or guitar players, and look at how he can shred. And it's just phenomenal. I'm not jealous. Now, I wish I could play like that, and I'm going to try to work to play like that. But there's so many people that, we're like, but it's not a lot. But there are people that we go, whoa. I'm excited about what they can do. I want to encourage them. I might even thank them for doing what they're doing and say, keep up the good work. That should be our attitude with everybody. Everyone should be like how we see our kids. Like, I see my kids and I'm like, man, when they succeed, I'm like, yes, that's awesome. And when they're struggling, man, it just hurts. But there's people that maybe we feel like we're in competition with, people like maybe we feel like we just don't like them for whatever reason. Like, they've rubbed us the wrong way, and suddenly they're our adversary. And God's saying, let's deal with that today. Let's deal with that, because that means I'm gonna deal with them based on my conceit. I'm gonna, or my ambition. I want to get ahead of them. I want to prove something to them. Okay, let's take that to Jesus, because that stuff's cancer. That stuff's poison, and it will eat us alive, and it will cause us to see other people as an enemy and not as someone for whom God loves. And we can ditch being all of that, but we can actually see God working in them. Seeing them as significant. Let's talk about them. Let's get excited about what they do. Because that's a life of freedom. That's a life where we're responding to what God is doing and saying, look, God, thanks for blessing me, and man, I love how you're blessing all these other people. We got to ask ourselves, is that what my life looks like? Is that what my heart looks like? Is that what my mind looks like? Is that what my soul looks like? Where I'm saying, Lord, thank you that I'm forgiven. Thank you that I am free, and I want everyone to have that. And I can't wait to see what He's going to do in other people's lives, even people who maybe don't like me. Because that's letting out all that cancer go, that poison go. We give it to Jesus. It's forgiven. Our lives changed, transformed. To consider others and see others more significant than we are, more important than we are. People to be prayed for and people to be cheering on all the time in our lives. So let's do that today. Let's make that difference and be that difference. I'm Pastor Fred. This is The Follow Through. Hit that subscribe button, share this with somebody, and we'll see you next time for another Follow Through.